Hi everyone, welcome once again to my YouTube channel, Dr. Quesero TV, and to my show, Ask the Cheese Doctor. This is an open window for anyone who wants to learn how to make cheese and they want to make it as a business or maybe to make cheese for fun. But the thing is that we are a group of entrepreneurs that we want to make things different and we don't have the financial strength like to give us a safety net. So we have to be more efficient. We have to be more intelligent. And to do that, we have to know what's happening to the cheese and we have to cheese hack the the business. What do I mean by cheese hacking? Cheese hacking is something that I have invented that is to watch out our competition, see what they do and try to overcome them, try to be smarter and do things better. If you want to know more about cheese hacking, I invite you to go to we just created a Facebook group called the Cheese Hackers Club. So go to my channel, Dr. Quesero, and you will see there the channel. It's another channel that we open. It's a free one. Anyone can join, and you will learn the technique of how to cheese hack your competition. Okay, offering that's the idea to offer good and to watch your competition, watch the cheeses that they make, and make a different cheese, but it's basically the same with a different name. But you have to be a little bit a little bit smarter, and try to create a new product. Today we're going to talk about wash ring cheeses. Okay, and I'm going to talk about a special wash rind cheeses, which is the Colby cheese. And I'm going to give you some bit and pieces so you can um, learn what is the issue with this and this wash rind technique or wash curd technique. It's not wash rind. Wash rind technique is a different cheese like Monster. It's a wash curd technique. And what happened with this technique, how does it work, what we need to do, and the consequences of this technique. Okay, and of course I'm going to answer some questions that I have from the audience they have made. I am registered in a lot of Facebook groups and also in my channel, so people ask me questions every day, and I respond and I reply to them. I'm going to send you the link of the group here so you can have it. This is the link of the Facebook group. If you want to join, it's free to join. You don't have to do anything. Just click on it and that's it. And I'm going to show you as well the screenshot of the group. I'm going to share the screen so you can have a look and see what it's all about. We are now 25,879 subscribers. We're growing every day. Thank you all for the support. I really appreciate it. And um, we're going we're making progress. We're winning, as we say here in New Zealand. And I'm going to release a video soon, how to be a cheese entrepreneur. I already I'm recording it, but it's gonna be very fast because it's only me talking, and no, I don't have to do any footage making cheese because we don't do anything making cheese if no one buy our product. So I'm going to teach you. I'm going to speak about them this cheese hacking technique, and also how to be an entrepreneur in cheese making. It's a very profitable business if you are intelligent. If you try to do what others do, you're not going to make much money because you're going to have a lot of competition. Because cheese is a product that likes to everyone. So if you want to compete, you have to be smart. And to be smart, you can. I mean, I'm going to tell you what to do. We have more than 2,000 different type of cheeses, but these 2,000 cheeses are only summarized in 12 families. To put an example, mozzarella. Mozzarella is a cheese from Italy, okay? It's a pasta filata cheese, but provolone is the same pasta filata cheese. Put it this way, provolone is the same mozzarella, but you have to ripen it. That's it. Of course, you have to tune the ripening process. You have to mature it, and give it temperature. Um, but at the end of the day, it's the same technique to make it. So if you know to make pasta filata, you know how to make mozzarella, you know how to make um, cream cheese from Colombia, you know how to make our Venezuelan style queso de mano, you know how to make Oaxaca cheese from Mexico, and so on. So this is the idea, that you learn to make these 12 families, and once you learn how to make these 12 families, you can make any type of cheeses. Okay? And this is the technique in the video, how to be an entrepreneur, how to take advantage of this knowledge. But to get the knowledge, you need to study. You need, I wouldn't say to study. You need to learn. And to learn, you need to be here. Okay? If you want to learn how to make cheese, you're in the right place. Okay? You're here. As I say here, I have questions for the audience, but I'm going to answer after the presentation. So I'm going to share the screen so I can, and we're going to speak about wash curd cheeses, which is a technique that I'm going to show you. Okay, here it is. So this is a presentation that I downloaded from a website called the Cheese Science Toolkit. It's a website. The name of the person. I don't remember the name of the person, but he died, and his family just kept the place and is talking about cheeses. So if you want to go and visit them, they also ask for donations if you want um, to support them in memory of this person. I don't remember his name, but it's a very good website. So I invite you to Sorry about that. I hope you learn it. I hope you learn that. And let's go and answer some questions. Okay, I have here. Um, so it's basically that Colby cheese and cheddar cheese are pretty much the same way to make it, with this difference that cheddar have the most we put more weight because we're gonna get a closed body. Uh, Colby will have an open body, will have holes on it. So we're gonna that's the idea. Okay, they're pretty much the same technique. We have the cheddar. I haven't made Colby yet, but I have made cheddar. Okay, so I have a question here. I don't have the names. Why my assistant didn't put the names? I don't know why, but anyway, it says here the performance is get from the ricotta. What is the yield? What is the yield to get requesón or ricotta? That is known in other places. How much is the yield? Well, look, according to it will depend. It will depend of the type of. Let me finish the presentation here. Okay, it will depend on the type of fat that you have lost when you make cheese. Usually, when we are making cheese, we our yield decrease a little bit because we are part of the fat goes to the whey, and one way to recover it is going to producing ricotta. If you shake your curd, or if you shake your curd too much, too hard, you will break down the fat globules, and this fat will pass to the whey. But if you are careful, about 10% of the fat will pass to the whey, and you will have pretty much 10% yield, which means if you are making 100 liters of milk and you produce your cheese and you lose part of the fat, you might get 1 kilo of ricotta if you are making 100 liters of milk. You're going to get your cheese and you're going to get your ricotta. And your ricotta will be pretty much 1 kilo per 100 liters of milk. Okay? Let's go with the second question. Do you have experience making cheese from freeze, dry, farm, fresh milk? Well, I don't have experience making cheese with freeze, dry milk, because what I do is when you are making cheese, to get a good cheese, you have to use fresh milk. If your milk is fresh and you know how to make cheese, your cheese will be of excellent quality. If you use frozen milk, the texture of your cheese will change, because when the milk is frozen, the texture, the protein molecules, because of the when they get frozen, it will change. So when they melt again and become liquid, the protein is going to be a little bit weaker. So I wouldn't suggest to you to freeze the milk. Try to use it as freeze as possible. You can um, you can make it colder. You can put it at 4 degrees, 3 degrees, 2 degrees, 1 degree. The milk freezes at zero point 0.5 minus zero point 0.5 degrees. So you can leave it at 0 degree if you want. It will not melt. You can leave it at 1 degree, and your milk will become, your cheese will become better. But if you freeze it, you're gonna change the texture. You might freeze cheese, but it will change the texture as well, especially if you are freezing fresh cheeses. You might freeze mozzarella. Mozzarella can be frozen, okay, because you're gonna melt it. But if you want the cheese to develop the character and develop the moisture content, I would suggest to freeze it. Okay. Okay, and let's go with the third question. Can I put olive oil on my palm form the rind that way? Very interesting question. When you are making parm, which is parmesan cheese style, you have to first dry the curd. Sorry, dry the rind. By drying the rind, it might crack. It's a good practice to put olive oil because it will keep your rind dry but smooth, and it will not crack. It will not crack. So yes, you can do it. You can do that way. So bye. And this is what I do. I always um, when I dry my cheeses, I always get when the rind is dry, I put a little bit of oil, and you can also put oil and a little bit of vinegar, both, so you can protect your rind from the mold. So, but it's very important to start monitoring your cheese every week. At the beginning, every day, you have to flip it over. Okay, turn it over, and to avoid to get the rind dry on both sides, on the bottom and on the top. So it's very important that you do that. When the rind is dry, paint it up with olive oil, and you can flip it once a week, and so on. But you have to monitor your cheese. Okay, this is very important. Um, it says here, what do you do when your cheddar gets moldy at only 2 weeks? Well, as we say, it's a normal process when the cheese develop molds. Don't get excited, don't get scary, don't worry about it. Just keep an eye on it. When the cheese becomes moldy, clean it up with vinegar or with brine. I always put brine and vinegar because vinegar has a low pH, and the low pH, son, how are you? And the low pH, this is my grandson that is here. The low pH will avoid the mold to grow. Okay? Joaquin, you gonna come to the show? Huh? This is my grandson that is here. You want to meet my son, my grandson? You want to come? This is Joaquin, my grandson. Ah, no, okay. Okay, go ahead. Okay, so it's a good practice to get them. If you have the mold, don't worry. Just clean them up with a cloth, okay, or maybe with a paper. Or another thing that you can do is brush it up. You can brush it up, but don't get worried about it. This is a normal process. The cheese develop mold. Okay, of course, try to put it in a container so this mold will not contaminate the other cheeses. So you gotta be careful, because if you put all the cheeses in the same cheese cave, one cheese will contaminate the other. So you need to be careful. If you are making, to put an example, um, cheddar, and your cheddar gets blue mold, and you are making as well on the other part of the cave, you are making brie cheese, which is white mold. Your brie will be contaminated with the blue mold, and it's gonna be a mess. So you need to be careful. You need to separate both cheeses. So by separating the cheeses, you can get the brie or the camembert grow perfectly and develop the white mold, and because it's not going to be contaminated by the blue one. So, but you need to be careful, okay? And we are 30 minutes. We are over the time. It says here, I have never made cheese. Do you have an easy recipe that I can try? Very easy. You can make, if you don't have anything at home and you want to make cheese and have fun, make paneer. Paneer, but I'm going to give you something better. Instead of paneer, because paneer is just milk with vinegar. That's it. This is also called cottage cheese. Okay? But the bad thing, or the bad news about paneer is that they don't develop much flavor. So what I would do is I'm going to tell you a secret. grab the milk and put a little bit of yogurt. Okay, any type of yogurt. You can use Greek yogurt. Put it there, heat them up at 38 degrees, leave it for 1 hour, and then put some kind of vinegar, a little bit of vinegar. Or if you have rennet, put rennet, a little bit of rennet, 1 or 2 drops of rennet, and your milk will start to coagulate. And then cut it when leave it for another hour. When it has coagulated, cut it, stir for 20 minutes, and then mold it up. And then put it in brine or and whatever. There is a video in my YouTube channel. There is a video called "How to Make Fresh Cheese." I use the same technique with yogurt. So watch the video, and you're gonna. And the video is in English as well. It's captioned in English. I speak in Spanish in the video, but you can watch it in English. Okay, and caption. And you're gonna learn how to make this type of cheeses. It's very easy to make. It's the easiest cheese to make, and the easiest cheese to start making cheese. Okay. Here, do you recommend a wine fridge to use for ripening my cheeses, and take the garage fridge off the line and give it back to farm? Something I can easily remove the wine racks and replace flat racks for the ripening boxes. Yeah, you can do that. You can check. You can take use the wine fridge, take the rack out, and put your cheeses there. This is what we do. As a matter of fact, I don't have a wine fridge. I have a bigger one, but it's my cheese cave. It's very important that you put your cheeses into boxes, because each box will develop a mold. So you need to be careful, okay? And then in this way, your one cheese will not contaminate the other. Okay, and the last question. How to measure this is a very good question, eh? How to measure the pressure when making cheese? This is a very important question, very good one. But anyway, it's very easy. When you are making cheese, the best way to measure the pressure is to use water. One liter of water weighs 1 kilo. So if you want 2 kilos, put 2 liters of water. But sometimes, if you need, for example, 50 kilos, you're not gonna fill 50 kilos of water, because you're gonna break your pantry. Or maybe if you are making the cheese outside, it will get contaminated because it's exposed to the elements. So you need to find a way how with a low amount of water produce a big load. And to do that, we use the Dutch press. The Dutch press works with the principle of R by weight. It's like engineering stuff. So in my video, in my channel, there is a video of how to make a Dutch press, and I have the drawings, everything. And with 1 kilo of water, you can produce 10 kilos of weight. See, so you have to make the press. You have to build it. And in the video, I build the press, so I can show you how to build the press. So go ahead and watch this video, because it's gonna be a lot of fun, because you're gonna be making something at home. And of course, make sure, and it's in timber. You can make it in timber. So if you want to be a little bit more technical and do it in steel, you also can do it. I'll give you the drawings over there. And of course, it's not an AutoCAD one, just a very rough scheme of the drawings. But people have made the cheese press, the Dutch press, with this methodology, with these drawings. Okay, so I reckon if you want to do that, you're gonna be able to press your cheeses using a small amount of water. Okay. Thank you all for coming. I really enjoy it. Spread the voice that I exist. if you want, if you are from if you speak English, come to my show every week. I am going live every Saturday at 11 o'clock New Zealand time. Today I did it a little bit late because I had the live in Spanish, and I have a guest. So we spoke after the the interview. We spoke a little bit, and I got a little bit behind with the time. So, but I usually have my show at 11 o'clock New Zealand time. So if you want to learn how to make cheese, you're in the right place, and you're gonna be learning what's happening to the cheese. And if you want to know more, you can visit me in drquesero.com. This is my website, or go to my Instagram at Dr. Quesero. I'm gonna write it down here, Dr. Quesero, which means cheese doctor in Spanish. Okay, this is my Instagram. Go over there, go to my bio, and you will see what I do. Okay. Thank you all for coming, and remember, you're just one cheese away from your dream. Take it easy.
Quesitos en casa, fáciles de hacer son. El doctor Quesero te enseña con sabor. Quesitos en casa, fáciles de hacer son. El doctor Quesero te enseña con sabor. Quesos colombianos y venezolanos, todo hecho en tu casa, con sabor zuliano y calor humano. Los quesos en casa tienen vitaminas, rápidos de hacer.